we prepare our technology. So let's move further. Yep. So some of our recent acclamations include we had the privilege of meeting our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, at the Vande Bharat flying off event, which was held in Chennai. He was really interested in what we do, and he's really excited for what's coming in Hyperloop technology. And our team is backed by the Indian Railways. Uh, they have sponsored the 400-meter fabrication. It is the only student-run fabrication test facility, Hyperloop test facility, which is situated at the Discovery campus of IIT Madras. And we also signed a MOU with Sri Ashwini Vaishnaw, the Minister of Railways. So coming to the competitions, uh, our first
Yeah,
competition was held in USA. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Raven. Before that, there are some like questions from there. Like, what is HEMS,
Okay,
HBD?
okay, okay. HBD, I am not sure. I didn't mention any HBD, but HEMS, it's like electromagnetic suspension in the horizontal direction and horizontal and vertical direction. It's used for levitation basically.
Yeah, I believe that most of our members are more interested into technical side. So, would you explain more
Yeah, yeah.
about that?
The technical side will be explained by Prem, so it'll come in the coming slides, forthcoming
Yeah,
slides.
yes,
All
yes.
right, all right. So just a second. Yeah. So we were the only finalists, Asian finalists, in the SpaceX spot competition, which was held in USA. We also had the privilege of meeting Elon Musk, the visionary who had the idea and the proposition of Hyperloop. The European Hyperloop Week, which was held in Spain. Uh, in 2021, we won the most scalable design award by Zealous Hyperloop. And in ESW 2022, which was held in Netherlands, we emerged global top five in electrical traction and complete bot categories. Uh, Recently at Avishkar in ESW 2023, which was held in Scotland, we came global top three in socio-economic aspects. And in the guidance and sense control, we came global top five. So that were some recent acclamations. So we have a 30-meter custom track, which includes F track and tree track. Uh, this is our pod in action. We test our pod over here, and there you can see our integrated pod, where there are multiple emergency braking, battery packs, and embedded systems involved in this. And this is our pod run, which we test on a regular basis. So coming to our vision, our future goals. First one would be sustainable mobility. As you know, Hyperloop has the potential to have almost zero carbon print because it uses solar energy, and as compared to other transportation modes, this is a plus point, you could say. This is energy efficient and it would reduce our carbon footprint. Uh, Coming to this point, advancing transportation, we would like to integrate and advance our current mode of transport and ensure safety and reliability of the upcoming fifth mode of transportation, which is Hyperloop. Moving over, we would like to have global collaborations and international partnerships at our new testing facility and work on problems, collaborate with international researchers or any company who is working in this field and have their expertise involved in this. Uh, Moving on, we would also like to redefine connectivity. So we would connect cities and rural areas, and it would basically reduce the gap between the urban and the rural population. Uh, Coming to next point, transforming urban living. Many people use commute, and this would basically reduce their commute times, and this would decentralize the urban area. So, to move the urban population to the rural areas, and they wouldn't have a problem commuting between places, and this would basically improve their transit from place to place. And yeah, that's about it. That's my part. I would like to call Prem, who will be walking you through the technical parts of the Hyperloop. All right, over to Prem.
Yeah, very very much. Thank you, Fraven,
Yeah.
for your yeah. We will start with Prem. He will be telling you about the technical part, and most of your doubts that you have raised in the chat box will be answered by Prem. Yeah, Raven, I have one doubt by myself. Like, what is your strategy of making it as a business? Like, it is very novel, and you the cost effectiveness. What will be the cost effectiveness for the general people if it goes to a larger scale?
Just a second, I'll just pass on to Raven.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, one doubt was there. Like,
Yeah.
what will be the like next possible business idea of your Hyperloop? Like, if it goes to the larger side, if it is approved by railways, and
Yeah.
it goes to a more production, what will be the cost effectiveness? It is very novel, and I have seen that most of the technologies are used, like heavier technologies are used.
So
So,
yeah.
how are you planning to do?
Yep. So coming to your question, I would like to say Avishkar has our model so that we create a transportation system between Chennai to Bangalore. Before that, we would have a test facility of 10-kilometer stretch in Chennai itself for commutes and freight transport as well. So that will be tested first, and according to its feasibility and government's interest or public investors' interest, we would focus on Chennai to Bangalore commutes. And we have calculated the ticket pricing. It is very much affordable in our research. It's about 2,500 rupees, and yeah, that's affordable as well as fast. So this is a very good business model, I would say. Uh, and as compared to flights, you might as well have time time gap from going to the airport and going off the airport. Hyperloop basically uh, might as well take you to the center of the city. So this is a our business model as of now.
Yep,
uh,
I have one more
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
What amount of investment will require to establish a Hyperloop kind of stuff from Bangalore to
Yeah.
Chennai?
Yeah, you're right. So the cost part will be covered by Prem, but 80% of the cost is going to infrastructure and the track. So we are not sure yet. So how much it would cost, right? Uh, from Chennai to Bangalore, uh, it would be around. Uh, well, I'm not sure of the numbers because we haven't yet
Oh, okay. No
got.
worries.
Yeah. Yep. So any more questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one more is asked in by Rishit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what if someday the Hyperloop get affected by EMP or by influence of our stars? Like, there may be some default in your system. Like, what is the safety measures that you are taking? Like, one more doubt is there. Like, you're having a vacuum tube in which you are running the pod.
Right.
So, what happens if that vacuum tube gets cracked, or it is eroded by some reason, and the vacuum is not feasible?
Right. Okay. So, firstly, I would state that Hyperloop is a blue skies research, and there are many possibilities of calamities or some sort. So, as proposed by Elon Musk, it is resistant to earthquakes, and any tsunamis of some sort. And coming to cracks, uh, I am not sure of that, but the infrastructure part would be pretty solid, and the pylons would be well established. Will be well established, so there wouldn't be any problem with the pylons. But coming to the tube, our tube is our custom tube. So with the cracks, we're not sure yet, but yeah, I guess that answers your question. So yeah, I would
Yes.
like to mention one more thing. If there is some emergency inside the pod, so there will be a mechanism of airlocks implemented. Airlocks are basically a portion of the tube will be separated and it will be repressurized, so that people can evacuate the place immediately.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So maybe these are all the doubts. So we can move further by train.
yeah. All right,
Yeah, I
all,
see some hand raises.
all right,
If you want to have some questions, the hand raise can talk.
all right, all right. Let's.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Amrita.
Yes. Hello, I'm Amrita. So my doubt is, the tracks, are they virtual or physical?
They are physical. They are physical. We have a 30-meter track present at our campus at IIT Madras, and we usually do our pod demonstrations, pod testings over there.
So if the tracks are physical and the train is going like 1,000 kilometer per hour, how safe is it for the passengers inside? Can they feel that?
Look, we haven't implemented vacuum yet. So our 400-meter testing tube is still under fabrication. It's still under construction. So vacuum testing has not been done yet. But our pod goes about 100 kmph, you could say. And in vacuum, with levitation, it will go about more than that. So yeah,
And where are the tracks gonna be placed? Like over through the air or on the ground? Like how is it gonna be?
there will be a tube. Okay, there will be pylons, the tube, and then there will be a track above that. The pod will be levitating above the track.
Okay. And how is it different from a metro? Like, is it distance based?
No. So have you heard the concept of magnetic levitation, maglev?
Not in depth.
All right, all right. So it basically has levitation involved in it using electromagnetic suspension. Uh, so the pod levitates, but here we are using a vacuumized tube, so which will reduce air friction and the drag force. So we can travel at high speeds using that.
Okay, I get it a bit. Thanks for the explanation.
Yeah, no problems. No problems.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
Anuj, you can.
Yeah,
As Miss Amruta have said, like it is different from metro. You have explained, right? Then
yeah.
what makes you think that I as a traveler, I should consider Hyperloop over metro? What are the pros?
So, okay, metro is basically for intracity, and Hyperloop is a model for intercity. You could say for longer distances. It will reduce your travel time by very large amounts because you're traveling at high speeds. And coming to safety, it will be much more safer, I would say, than metro, because the metro, if an earthquake comes or something like that, it would be quite difficult for the pylons to handle it. But a Hyperloop technology would be earthquake resistant, as claimed by Elon Musk in his research paper. Yeah,
Um, so basically you are saying that Hyperloop will be used for a longer distance in comparison to the metro.
right.
So what is the form of energy that it will use?
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we proposed of using solar energy, so it will reduce our carbon footprint and leave no combustion or some sort, something.
And according to the price, it will be cheaper to other mode of transportation or something else.
It would be similar, I would say, because from Chennai to Bangalore, if you're going by flight, might cost you around 3,500 or something like that. And by train, it will cost you around 1,500 uh, by two tire AC or three tire AC. Our proposed ticket model is 2,500. We have made a research journal on that. Uh, so yeah, it's about 2,500. from Chennai
So
to
you
Bangalore.
are so you are planning to make it as such that it can compete with the other modes, or you are planning that it will replace the other modes in the future? And in how many years you are thinking it can do it?
Okay, so we can't really replace an existing transport because the social acceptance would come into play. But
Yes, exactly.
yeah, so we can't really replace current mode of transport because people should be accepting what is new, and a new mode of transport will be introduced. So people should be accepting that. And what was your question again? I didn't get
No,
you.
I was asking that
Hmm.
is it possible that Hyperloop will, I mean, replace the other mode of transportation in the future?
All
As
right.
you are saying, it is using solar energy and the
Yeah, yeah,
government is focusing on
yeah,
green
yeah.
energy.
Okay. So in by the first hyperloop can be implemented by 2040s or 2050s. So we can expect it by 2040s. And coming to replacing a current mode of transport, it's not feasible because, as I said, social acceptance is a factor. And
Yep,
peop-
kindly. Who is presenting?
I have no clue.
Yep, yeah, continue, Ravi.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we are not thinking of replacing any current mode of transport. And yeah, that I guess that answers to your question.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think most of the
Hello.
questions belong to the technical side,
Yeah,
so we must move on.
move on. Yeah,
After the technical, like Prem will be talking about the technical stuff. After that, you are free to ask your doubts.
right. All right. Over to Prem then.
Hello.
Just a second. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Prem. I'm second year undergrad in civil engineering department, and I am part of the infrastructure subsystem. So I am here to explain you about what we do here at infrastructure. So can you guys guess what is the budget that is allocated to infrastructure system of the total budget?
Please kindly remove Anurag.
Is this meeting is helpful?
Sorry, just a second.
Anurag, you can remove here.
What can I learn from this meeting?
Uh, Mr. Mishra, like, what do you uh, what do you want to say? Yeah, Mr. Mishra, we can talk it about later. So we must proceed.
Sir, because I have no idea, I am just joining a link.
Yeah, wait a few minutes, you will get that.
Okay.
Official team and organizing team is private. If I want to organize, I have a team. So if a member of Paradox team can he
Oh, excuse me. I had a doubt. I had a few questions regarding Hyperloop.
Is this meeting about internship?
This meeting is about for the Hyperloop concept, how actually they made and what technology are choosing now in their concept of it. So, Devan, is all okay?
Oh, excuse me. I had some doubts regarding Hyperloop. Could you please answer them?
Yeah, we welcome all the doubts, but we must
Mm-hmm.
proceed with the meeting. We will address your doubts at the last.
Hey bro,
Sure.
we will given some time for the doubts at the end. So please can we
Yes,
start?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Prem. I'll be explaining about infrastructure subsystem. So can you guys guess what is the total percent that is allocated to infrastructure? Like total budget of the percent of the total budget.
For example, if you are being going to be fill the form for a multimedia department, then obviously you're not going to tell them that okay.
Ayush,
Yes.
please remove
So,
Anurag.
So the budget allocated to
What is the
infrastructure
benefit
subsystem is
of
about
joining the
80%.
meeting?
So the first thing that
Wait,
we
yeah, yeah, wait a minute, take a second, Ayush. Prem, Ayush, kindly remove those who are just not maintaining the rules and regulations of this meeting.
Sir,
It
what
will
is
be
the
not
Uh,
very
benefit of
productive.
this meeting? Please
Actually,
explain.
sorry, Prem, for the interruption. Guys, please maintain the decorum. We are in the meeting with IIT Madras Hyperloop, so please maintain the decorum and don't ask in between the meetings. Okay. If you have any query, you can ask in the chat box. We will take it by one.
Thank you, sir.
Prem, go ahead.
okay. So what we do at infrastructure, the first thing that is vacuum tube. So the vacuum tube maintains the vacuum, which reduces the air drag and thus the faster movement of the pod. Next comes the track, which takes care of the levitation and propulsion. Then we have civil structures to support the tube, which may include like and pillars and foundations. Then we have vacuum systems, which, like maintain the vacuum inside the vacuum tube and also prevent any leakages that may occur. So, how do we make scalable infrastructure? So, we follow a meticulous methodology where we create models and simulate them using softwares like ANSYS, Fusion 360, and SolidWorks. And once we get the desired results, we prepare test materials and uh, just a second. Yeah. So, yeah, we perform tests on the tests and perform live analysis. As you can see here, this is the testing that we did, destructive testing that we did on a steel tube. You can see the buckling occurring. The results that we got from this test were very similar to that we got from the simulations. And yeah, here you can see the cost of a 6-meter tube of other Hyperloop teams such as SpaceX and Virgin Loop, which is around 15 lakhs. Can you guys guess what would be the cost of our tube? नहीं आ रहा क्या? Just a second, guys. हाँ ये वाला. Yeah, you can see the buckling of the tube right here. Yeah, so this is the destructive testing that we did, and the price you can see of the other Hyperloop tubes. So our tube costs uh, were around 8 lakhs, so which is around 45% reduction. So we manufacture economical tubes without compromising any factors of safety. So our team has got 2 patents, and 4 more have been issued. The first one is for the optimization of the tube design for and having economical tubes. The second one is for our track. So our this year's goal is to complete this 400-meter testing facility at Thayur campus, which is also the world's largest student-run Hyperloop testing facility. We are aiming to complete this by this February, and we extend our vision beyond creating scalable Hyperloop to conduct competitions and lift the skill set in India. So I'd call upon Anurag and Shreya to explain you more about GHC. So this is the tube that an ongoing project. We have completed 40 meters of assembling the track and tube. So yeah, now Shreya and Anurag will take over.
Hello everyone. Is the slide visible to everyone?
So, hi Anurag, your voice is not very clear. Anurag, we cannot hear you.
Hello. Is the slide visible to everyone?
Actually, your voice pitch is low. So can you increase?
Just a second. Hello. Is the slide visible to everyone?
No, please, there is a echo from your side.
Is the voice fine now?
Yes, now okay.
All right.
We
So
can hear
I'm
you.
Anurag. I'm a part of the strategy team at Global Hyperloop competition, and here we are going to present to you the details of this competition. So GHC is Asia's first international Hyperloop summit. It will be featuring a 400-meter long Hyperloop, vacuum compatible Hyperloop pod, the first of its kind in Asia, designed by Avishkar Hyperloop. And the tube is being developed in association with Indian Railways, L&T Constructions, and ArcelorMittal. At the GHC, we don't just want to conduct a competition where people compete with each other. Rather, we want to develop an ecosystem throughout the country and across the world where the best and the brightest minds across the world can come and find common solutions to transportation problems that we are well aware of, such as high carbon footprints, limited seats for truck commute from one place to another, the long journey hours. So, let me brief you about the history of the GHC. So, the idea of GHC was born on the back of the success of Avishkar Hyperloop. The idea of starting an independent Hyperloop competition was initially suggested by the Honorable Minister of Railways, Sri Ashwini Vaishnav, and thereafter the idea was discussed in various places by the professors, the directors, the Railway Ministry, and at Avishkar. The initial planning of this competition was undertaken by the leading members of Avishkar, and finally, in October 2023, the Global Hyperloop competition was formed as an independent entity with Professor Satya Chakravarti serving as the common faculty advisor of both Avishkar and GHC. Our current head is Arpit Garg, a fourth year BTech student who is also a former member of Avishkar. I think I would like to make it quite clear that GHC is an independent, unbiased entity. Currently, the team comprises of various BTech, MS, and PhD students across all years and branches. Then right now, you can see the projected timeline for the GHC. So, we have already launched our lecture series, and Shreya already launched our lecture series on YouTube. And in March, based on the case study, based on the lecture series to us to some extent, we plan to conduct a case study where, based on the given topic, teams or students, individual students across the country will submit their reports. After that, we'll have the Global Hyperloop Conference in April. And finally, next year, we will have the first edition of the competition. Now, I would like to hand over to Shreya, the head of the strategy team. She will explain all our events in detail.
So, hi everyone, I'm Shreya from the strategy team of Global Hyperloop competition. Continuing from the timeline discussed by Anurag, I'll elaborate on specific events that will be taking place in future. The Hyperloop Way is first GHC venture where we have collaborated with five of finest India's Hyperloop teams to bring to the audience an open and free for all lecture series which is currently streaming on YouTube. Like the various subsystems which were discussed by Avishkar members, we have a lecture dedicated to each subsystems. So you can scan the QR code given below and join and subscribe to our YouTube channel. These lecture series will be really helpful in understanding each important aspect that is needed for the Hyperloop technology. The teams on board with us are Avishkar Hyperloop from IIT Madras, Loop MIT from MIT Manipal, Nirman Hyperloop from Thakur College of Engineering and Technology Mumbai, Vegapod Hyperloop from MIT WPU, and Infinity Hyperloop from IIT Delhi. Each team will be covering an essential aspect of Hyperloop technology and elaborate on how their pods and prototypes implement them, providing you with a template to start your own Hyperloop team. So yeah, and this lecture series is already streaming on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated.
Please send the link of the YouTube live.
Yeah, sure, we'll send in the chat box.
Sure.
And following the lecture series, we have a very exciting opportunity lined up. The release of an open for all case study named the Hyperloop Effect. So we are inviting students teams to participate in the competition, dedicating their effort to tackle the assigned topic. The teams presenting the most innovative, comprehensive, and original solution will receive a chance to will receive an invitation to the Global Hyperloop Conference. At this conference, they will have the opportunity to network with prominent figures in Hyperloop community. One more of the initiative we have is the GHC Online Club, which is to inculcate a Hyperloop culture to the wider audience. It is essentially a WhatsApp channel on which we aim to engage the audience by releasing fun quizzes and seminars. We also wish to make it a platform where they get a strong hold of Hyperloop technology, and this is done by providing some research papers and reading material. So you can scan this QR code. We'll be sharing the link in the chat box. You can also scan the QR code to join the community. We'll be sharing a lot of really important reading material. So make sure you join it. And a lot of fun activities will be taking place to make your journey of unlooping the Hyperloop exciting. And then finally, we will have our flagship event of this year, the Global Hyperloop Conference, a precursor to the Global Hyperloop competition. Here, the judges, participants, sponsors, and organizers will find a platform to interact with each other and the world, while unveiling the series of events entailed in Global Hyperloop competition. We expect the attendance of over 15 reputed academicians, over 10 extremely successful and notable Hyperloop teams from all over the world, along with eminent cabinet members and sponsors for the conference. So, really, what are you waiting for? Hop on and start your own Hyperloop team and prototypes. Today, Avishkar was represented by Revan and Prem, both of them being the business members of Avishkar, and GHC was represented by Anurag and me, Shreya. We are the strategy team members of GHC. Feel free to contact any of us for information regarding GHC. We are more than willing to help you guys. And over the next few months, several other events are scheduled to take place. Make sure you follow our social to stay updated. You can follow our LinkedIn, YouTube. Scan this QR code. We have all the links to our socials. And lastly, please also scan this QR code. This is a very important survey. This is by Avishkar Hyperloop.
Please kindly everyone scan this QR code for accessing their social accounts and their course materials.
Yeah, we will be also providing all these QR codes and all the opportunities in the Insiden group also. Yeah, moving
So
on.
that's it from our side. Thank you for bearing with me.
So thank you so much. That was a
Great,
great
Celia.
pleasure. Yeah. So we have some questions for you. So we will be starting from the questions that are being asked from our members at Insiden. So the first question is by Ashish Maurya. He says, I'm a student of IIT Madras BSDS currently, and I'm having industrial, nuclear science, and technical working experience. So, how do I become the part of Team Avishkar Hyperloop?
So hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. This is Rayam. So I logged in from another device. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes,
coming
yes.
to your question, uh, so we have a certain rule book which follows some rules of who to recruit and whom to not recruit. So currently we are recruiting students from IIT Madras who stay in campus. So we are not open to BS students, but that is still underway, under process, and that's still not finalized yet. We'll post some updates, so stay tuned to our social media channel. Uh, as of now, we're not recruiting people from BS community.
Yeah. The next question is from Nandan Garg. He wants to know the difficulties that you have faced and how you coped up with those difficulties in developing the Hyperloop.
Could you repeat your question? That was not audible.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Nandan Garg wants to know about the difficulties that you faced and how you coped up with those difficulties while developing the Hyperloop.
All right, all right. So the team has been running since 6 years, and as far as I know, the team who has founded this have graduated. The first problem I would say is research facility. When the team started, we didn't have a good research facility, and we didn't have sponsors for funding. So the research facility has been inaugurated last year. We have been given a center for innovation. So this is our workspace, and we work over there. Coming to funding over the years, we have. You guys can come to our workspace. It's called Sudha and Shankar Innovation Hub. Uh, it's in IIT Madras campus itself. You can come look at our work and have a look at Hyperloop in the making. And coming to funding, over the years, we have got a lot of funding from Indian Railways, L&T Constructions, ArcelorMittal, and many more big names. Yeah, so I would say that those are the big issues we face. And technologically, I mean, uh, I wouldn't say something specific because we have integrated it and this is a scalable version. So we deal with problems every time and we come up with solutions. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. The next question is by Omkar. He wants
Yeah.
to know how you control the speed of the pod and what do you do in the case of sudden accidental calamities that may happen.
Yeah, so currently we have a graphical user interface which is directly connected to the pod and it's uh, controlled locally by a laptop. So you can actuate the brakes, you can propel the pod and do sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, it's a web web development thing. Yeah, it's a graphical user interface which we use to control the pod.
Yeah. The most asked question by like, most of the members at Insiden were how
Yes.
they will be a part of Team Avishkar Hyperloop.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, people of IIT Madras currently can only apply for Avishkar Hyperloop, but we are still thinking about this to expand our team and recruit people from around the country. So, this is still underway and we are not sure yet. So, we'll update you as soon as possible. And you guys can check out our social medias and stay updated there. We'll be announcing things over there itself. So yeah, as of now, no.
Yes, so now we are open for all the questions that may arise from the people in this particular session.
All right.
So anyone wants to ask any question, feel free to ask.
Kindly raise your hand before asking your question.
Yeah, Madhur.
Oh, I wanted to ask a technical question that what is the control mechanism to counter 1,000 kilometers per hour of speed as proposed in a frictionless environment?
Uh, could you repeat your question? I mean, what do you mean by counter?
As in, like, how would you actually apply brakes in that hyperloop
All right.
when it reaches
So
1,000 kilometers per
all
hour?
right. So have you heard something of regenerative braking?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So we are proposing to initiate the idea of regenerative braking on this, and it'll use the kinetic energy and come on a halt. Uh, yeah, we're still researching on that, so it hasn't been implemented yet. But yeah, that's the proposed idea. I
Okay.
hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I had one more question actually.
Yeah.
Like, as said that, oh, like you said that you will be using solar energy. Would
Yes.
it be sufficient to depressurize the tubes? Like,
Obviously, you wouldn't be only dependent on solar energy. There will be power systems included as well. If required, we'll be using the power systems provided. Or else, I think the solar energy idea is still underway. And yeah,
how about like I'm not sure if
yeah,
I'm not very much
yeah,
experienced,
we're
but
open to
how
ideas.
about
Yeah.
nuclear energy? Why is it a
Uh,
bad idea?
okay, so we had a socio-economic research done last year, and according to our calculations, we proposed a route from Chennai to Bangalore, and considering the terrain and all of that, uh, the solar energy was sufficient. We had some backup energy, and nuclear energy we're not sure because it's not safe, and yeah, we still didn't implement that because we thought solar energy is sufficient. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and is it already is it also proposed? Like, I already know about a concept which was launched in Switzerland, which was Swiss Loop. So
Yes.
it's of course a improvised version of Swiss Loop. Like Hyperloop
All
is
right.
the improvised
All
version,
right.
right?
Yeah.
So how do you think like it would be a great success? As in, like won't that high speed and high regenerative braking mechanism, as you mentioned, would affect like human physiological mechanism in case of an accidental situation? Like if
All
you
right.
had to encounter something on a very instantaneous basis.
All right. So yeah, coming to your question, first thing you can visit our website where we have our socio-economic research where we discussed about the safety aspect and what will be the safety measures. And coming to the cost analysis as well, the solar panel ticket pricing and all, you'll find it there. Coming to your question, yeah, I think. Could you rephrase your question once again?
Yeah, I was asking that if let's say if while running the Hyperloop, you
Yeah.
face such an accidental situation in which you had
All
to
right. All right.
instantaneously stop the
Got you. Got you.
pod. Yeah.
So this year we are planning research on the safety aspect of Hyperloop, and what we thought of was a proposition of airlocks. So there will be a certain area where the tube will be repressurized, and people can be walking there, or you can just evacuate from there. So yeah, that's the proposed model as of now.
Oh,
Airlocks, airlocks is the proposed model.
okay. Like, but again, that would be a sudden change from a zero pressure area to a enough pressure area in order to sustain human presence.
Yeah,
So
there will be vacuum system
yeah, so
integrated.
won't it actually affect human physiological, like humans' physiology, like biological
Uh,
problems?
all right. So the pod will be on a different pressure inside the pod, and outside the pod, which is inside the tube, there will be a different pressure. So there won't be much effect on the human physiology, as you stated. But yeah, we are researching on that this year. And if you go to the form which we mentioned in the description or the QR code which we showed, we have asked questions related to safety as well. So yeah, we are researching on that this year. Uh, yeah, that's what I have to say.
Oh, okay. I have one more question. That as you mentioned that there would be, of course, if humans travel inside, passengers travel inside, then there would be a like one atmosphere pressure as it's around us, and outside it would be total vacuum. So, won't that hyperloop try to expand and at such a high speed?
Yeah, so the shell design is in such a way that the aerodynamics will be followed, and yeah, the pressure will be sustained. So I don't think there will be any expansion as you mentioned, or yeah, the tube also, if it has any leaks, there won't be any local buckling of some sort. So if you look at it, if there's a major pressure difference, there will be buckling of some sort. But yeah, it wouldn't matter, if I would say. Uh, there's about 1 kilopascal of pressure in that. So yeah, there wouldn't be buckling or compression, as you said.
Mhm.
Only if there's major source of pressure change or something like that, there will be buckling or compression. And our tube and pod will be designed in such a way that the safety is maintained and there will be reliable sources of vacuum systems.
Yeah. So now, Amruta, you can ask a question.
Thank you. The thing is, I have a bit of a non-technical question.
Okay.
So, in your team, in the initial introduction, it was introduced like there are two second year students. So, I'm a second year student.
Okay.
And like, how do you get to manage about the input you have taken? Like, how did you get to balance with your college work and the research side parallelly?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because we have college from 8 to 5, and every day, each day, passionate students come from different branches. We gather at our research center and we work around like 8 to 12, 1-ish of some sort, and we balance our tasks together. We collaborate with each other, and yeah, that's about it.
That's so good about the schedule. But then when it is second year students, we don't
Mhm.
have so great knowledge. But yeah, IIT Madras, yes, you might. So, like, how do you get, like, when you take the second year students or in the even third year students, so this much getting straight into the research side, into the project, like, how did they learn? That will be a motivation for me as well.
Yeah. So all of them don't indulge in a specific thing. They won't learn all of the technology of Hyperloop. We will be divided into subsystems. So there will be electrical subsystem, mechanical subsystem, and whoever has expertise in that field, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, they apply for this, and we learn on the way. We learn while we implement this. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes. Then further, is there any chance that me as a student from a different college can be a part of it in another 2 years? I have.
Yeah, okay. So my other team member will be answering your question. He wants to say something. So, all right,
Sure.
over to him.
Yeah, hi Amrita.
Hi, Satak.
So, yeah. So the question you asked, officially and formally, we are not allowed to recruit from outside IIT Madras. So, like one of the way you can contribute to the team is basically we release this Google form, which you saw on the last slide of the presentation.
Yes.
Yeah, so it will be really helpful if you guys fill out the form so that we'll get the first general perspective of people about Hyperloop.
Not as like feedback, but then being a part of project. Is that possible?
For now, it's not because it's just IIT Madras rule. But if it changes in future, we'll surely put it out in on our social media handles.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I just had one last question. Like, could you please link me to the research paper conducted by the Hyperloop team?
Uh, can you repeat? Can you repeat, sir? I didn't get it.
Could you provide the research link to research paper conducted by the
All right, all
Avishkar
right.
team?
Yeah. You can go to avishkarhyperloop.com, where in the first paragraph in overview, you will find the link to the research paper. We have done several calculations, several simulations, and yeah, we have done several researches over the years. You find it there. There's a research page in avishkarhyperloop.com. So you'll find our testing, simulations, research papers, everything over there.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Okay,
answering.
no problem.
Yeah, Aryan, you can ask it out.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
So this actually this is a general doubt. So
Okay.
my doubt is how can we create our own team to create boards in colleges? Okay. And how you can help us without difficulties in creating the board?
Yes, that's a good question actually, because we also support emerging teams in this community. As you know, there are many teams who have started their Hyperloop team. You can
Yeah.
take Loop MIT. There is one in IIT Delhi, and many more in India itself. They are emerging, and we also conduct webinars with them. We share our experiences, we share our technology. So we are open to feedbacks, open to ideas. If you need any help or you want to form a team, you can contact Avishkar. We'll be happy to help you.
Okay, great. Can
Yeah.
you more elaborate about your competition, your upcoming competitions?
Computations as in? What do you mean by computations?
Your upcoming GHC competitions in 2025. Am I
Competition,
right?
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Competition.
competition.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll hand it over to strategy member of PHC, so we'll better explain it to you. All right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No problem. Can you repeat your question again?
7 तारीख दिया था आपने
Hello?
7 तारीख
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Can you repeat your question? They want to hear your question once again.
So my question is, can you elaborate more about your upcoming competitions?
Yeah, so
Like,
firstly, we have lecture series which is currently going on. You will be
yeah.
introduced to various subsystems of which you need to know about Hyperloop, how the Hyperloop functions. And after that, we'll be having the case study competition
Yeah,
in
sure.
which we'll be giving a topic. Find the applications and then do a case study on that,
Okay.
which will be judged by our professors. And the the winner the winner for the case study will be invited to the conference. As of now, we have only one competition planned, that is the case study, which will be released after the lecture series are finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it for the competitions as of now. If there are, we'll be letting you know.
Okay, Shreya. Thank you so much. Clear my doubt.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. That will be the end of the meeting. I thank all of the contributors from all the meeting sites. Like we had a great discussion. I hope in the future we will be meeting up again and with more enthusiasm and more vigorous information about the Hyperloop. So I thank
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Thank you, all of the members of the Hyperloop. That was a very great opportunity for our for the community members to involve in.
All right. I would like to take a moment to thank you all for attending this session. And yeah, this opportunity has given us to give more outreach to Avishkar. I hope you enjoyed this session and thanks for bearing with us.
Before ending, I want to add something. So
Yeah.
actually, if someone wants study materials, so you can join the even Hyperloop, the community from Hyperloop officially, or you can join the Insiden community. We will post the same thing there also. So you can join the Insiden community. We are community of 1,000 plus members, a very diverse community, where we will be posting the Hyperloop. Also, we will include the materials and the PDFs will be shared over there also. So you can join accordingly.
Which platform is having the community?
We are on WhatsApp currently now, but we will shift on a different platform later on. We are currently on WhatsApp. We will send you the link.
Sure.
You can join the official community of Hyperloop, or either you can join our Insiden community. We will share the all materials and everything.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. That was a very great time that we have spent. You may all leave now.
Once again, thank you everyone, and you guys have some excellent help. Thanks once again.
Thank you.
Thanks to
Thank
IIT
you,
Madras
Hyperloop
team to
team.
accepting our invitation to conduct this amazing
Yeah,
and
no worries.
engaging.
Yeah, all right. We're open to all
Yeah.
sessions of comes up.
Yeah, we are
Thank
looking
you.
forward for more sessions. Thank you all.
All right. All. Bye
Thank you
bye.
all for
Okay.
joining.
See you.
Thank you, Hyperloop
See
team.
you. Thank you.
All the best, everyone.